What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve.
I'm Lindsay.
Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different, and that is a school that teaches outdoor skills and survival skills in the UK. Now, this is a topic we absolutely love. We love the alternative schooling, alternative teaching type of thing. It's something because we have a 6-year-old we've looked at quite a bit over the last couple of years and came across this video and I thought this would be really interesting. This is right up our alley. Not exactly sure what we're going to see on this video, but this sounds like a very unique school based off the title.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. So don't really know what to expect here, guys, but an alternative school of some sort, and we wanted to dive in and see what the school is about. So let's check it out.
The most dangerous thing you can do to a child is to not expose them to an element of risk and danger.
Sorry, guys, I already love it.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I feel like in our modern society, kids are kind of
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrapped, just a great way to put it. And they're sanitized and bubble wrapped away from nature. And it is something that is missing all too much in childhood in general, you know, also obviously in schools themselves. They try to overprotect the children from the natural world. You know, whether that's being out, you know, with insects or you know, plants, or if it's just sanitizing them constantly in school. You know, it's just like this bubble wrapped, you know, schooling situation. And I like this already.
Yeah, out playing in the mud and in nature.
Yes, yes. I mean, I wish that this was, I mean, I don't know what all we're going to see here, but like right off the bat, I definitely wish we had more schools like this.
Yeah, an option for this here.
We do have an option similar for really young kids.
Like preschool.
Preschool, they do something like, what's it called?
Nature school.
Yeah, nature school. So they do something like this, but when it comes to like, you know, our daughter's age, we couldn't find anything around here like this, unfortunately. Back where I'm from, I think we would be able to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's probably the best school that I have ever been to. Mr. Fairclough, he's the best head teacher.
That's the teacher.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
We're about giving children real experiences, giving them a lust for life.
Welcome to Danger School.
Danger School.
Fire is lit.
What a name.
We're going to do the fire safety rules.
Where 10-year-olds use guns and knives, roam through the marshes alongside water buffalo, and cook on open fires.
When the smoke gets in your eyes, move away and try and stand behind someone.
Risks are embraced, the free spirit encouraged. Yet the authorities, Ofsted, the Health and Safety Executive, have all praised West Rise Junior School.
That surprises me. I figured they would have like the local authorities breathing down their necks, like trying to put an end to this.
That says something. That says they're doing something right if they've got the local authorities actually praising them. Because I was about to say, I bet they're going to have some trouble with the local authorities, but wow.
It gets the best exam results in the area, consistently above the national average.
Reeds mean deep water, so we don't go in the reeds, okay?
2/3 of the children are on free school meals. The majority live on the council estate just opposite. And head teacher Mike Fairclough passionately believes in offering them experiences they wouldn't otherwise get.
We're the only state school to do things in this way, and the children themselves are from a sort of varied demographic, and we feel that we have a responsibility to give them as many opportunities as they deserve. My dad taught me to shoot, I went hunting, I lit fires, I had a magical, amazing, quite feral childhood, and it's that kind of thing that I want to be able to give to these children here.
Wow. I love this. Like, so far, everything about it.
Yeah.
But that's a skill that I wish I had learned growing up, was hunting and processing animals. And
yeah, it's definitely a good thing to know.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know, in our modern society, you know, academics are obviously important. I would hope we all agree that academics are important, but we have in modern society, at least, you know, in your everyday average school, they put an overemphasis on academics and push everything else aside.
Which, to be honest, I feel like if you nurture this type of wild behavior in kids, the academics come naturally.
So Alfie, what have you made here?
I've made a fishing rod.
Okay.
He's been credited with turning the school around since he joined 12 years ago.
So he didn't create it.
Good boy.
The long hair, fur coat and open shirt are unusual for a head teacher. But don't be fooled by his hippie image. He demands good behaviour. And at the same time, he believes these adventures outdoors change children for the better.
If children are excited about coming to school, if they're being inspired and enthused by being outside, then that has an impact back in the classrooms. If we weren't having an impact academically, then all of this would be a waste of time.
And finally, ta-da!
I just made it.
How did you make it?
With a very big stick, some string, and I found Mr. Fairclough helped me got a thorn, and I have some bread heads on it. Cooked. So what's left of our meal we ate.
So if you imagine that
Wow.
in one day, how much that
Wow.
one pigeon has eaten.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That
This
is
is all about
absolutely
building
amazing.
grit and resilience. And that means being comfortable with
Wow.
plucking and cooking animals in the wild.
Wow.
What a skill to have.
God help us.
Farm manager Alex Richards has encouraged them to overcome any squeamishness.
Can you smell that? Smells a bit vinegary, doesn't it?
So they're totally confident. Even with Boris, that's the dead squirrel, looking on.
Gosh.
The ethos here is that country pursuits are not just for the privileged. Teaching shooting is undoubtedly controversial.
Wow.
Wow.
Good girl.
Good shot.
That's something I've never
Wayne says
done.
This is about
Clay
discipline,
pigeon shooting.
ensuring children first come across weapons in a responsible way.
Well done.
Life changing.
Why was it life-changing?
Because I've never done it before, and the first experience, it just changes my opinion of shooting.
It's just amazing. It's a really good adrenaline and it's a nice feeling.
Activities like this would often be out of reach for those who aren't wealthy. The school makes it possible by being resourceful, getting local clubs involved. The land itself is rented from the council at just under £1,000 a year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a good deal.
Money.
It really is.
This isn't something every school can do though, is it? They don't have acres of land.
Every school can do this because even if you've got an inner city school with a small playground, all you need to build a fire is 2 metres by a metre and the fire doesn't move around. So actually everything we're doing here with Forest School on 120 acres can be replicated in the smaller urban environment.
But there are some moments you can't quite replicate.
Yep. That's what it's like growing up in the country.
Oh, dude, sorry guys, I had to pause for a second. Like, these kids are going to look back on this. I don't know if this is just 1 year, if this is their entire, like, 5 years in primary school or whatever, how long they do this, but, like, whatever amount of time they're with this teacher or with this class.
It will stick with them for the rest of their life.
Not only the skills they learn, but just, like, they're going to look back on this and think, wow, this was the most amazing schooling experience I could have had. I promise that.
Even if they don't use it later on.
Yeah.
It's...
Man.
Life-changing.
Look how much fun they have in being pulled around by the four-wheeler. Like, at school. You know what I mean?
This is the type of redneck stuff we used to do growing up.
Yeah, seriously. This looks like so much fun, yeah.
The school is also home to a herd of water buffalo.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently they're not just hungry. At this time of year, they're also frisky. But farm manager Alex Richards knows how to deal with them. Once a parent governor, now he's Mike's sidekick.
I've thought to myself, long hair, hippie, what's the school coming to? Bearing in mind all my kids have been to this school. But after sort of 6 months getting to know him, different person, kids, he's done everything.
I thought it was a buffalo.
The kids have changed, and he's given the school a new lease of life, really.
Amid rumours about band conkers and snowball fights, they think society has ended up limiting expectations of children, and make the case that government bodies are actively encouraging schools and parents to take managed risks.
The cotton wool culture of Britain has got a little bit out of control. It's only really people's own sort of limiting beliefs and a few media myths that people have invested in, which has stopped children from having these sorts of activities. So yeah, we're bucking against the trend, but also we're not doing anything that we're not allowed to do. In fact, we're being supported in doing it.
That's awesome.
And so he urges others in the education system to embrace danger, to cultivate creativity, and to give children the chance to explore.
Wow. Guys, that is pretty incredible. I think that this is such a beautiful thing for these kids. Yeah. And like, this is, like, they said they got the best test scores in somewhere in the area or something, right? Yeah. Like, that's amazing. And I would expect it. I think a lot of people look at this and don't really understand how
letting kids be wild and free actually helps them.
It gets out energy. Number one, they're out there doing all this stuff physically. They're not just stuck in the classroom the entire day.
Yeah.
You know, they have parts of the day they're in the classroom, parts of the day they're going out and about, you know, with the plants. They're probably learning about, I'm guessing during different times of the year, they're probably learning about different types of plant identification. Yeah. Obviously, academics, very important. It's one of the main reasons to go to school.
Right.
But, you know, at what cost? Like, I mean, I remember like when I was in school, we actually did certain things, not quite like this, but like similar in some ways. We learned certain skills that I know they don't teach at all anymore. And before my time, they had all sorts of stuff. They were out building houses and things like that. And they don't do that anymore. I just think that they need a better approach to schooling, you know?
Absolutely, especially here in the US. I'm not sure how it is in the UK, but yeah, it's definitely way too focused on test scores and how they perform and the stats for each category, and that's all they care about, it seems like, is keeping their test score statistics up. It's
almost like school is teaching kids to just memorize stuff instead of being, you know,
critical
thinkers and you truly using their creativity. I love seeing things like this. It's not necessarily about any particular thing they're doing here, just the fact that thinking outside the box and because that these kids are getting a more well-rounded education than a lot of kids are getting.
And I'm sure it's reduced anxiety in them a lot.
Oh, yeah. Being in nature.
And just, you know, having the freedom to think outside the box and explore.
Personally, I think even let's say you're in the middle of London and they might not have this massive, I don't forget how big you said this was. 120 acres. You might not have access to this wild area in, you know, around some schools or whatever. But like, going out and about, and maybe you go down to the local creek and identify plants, or, you know, get their shoes off and go wade in the river. Like, just these experiences. I wish schools would stop, you know, being so closed-minded to certain things like that. That I know that they are. At least here.
I don't know about the UK.
Yeah, we have no idea. We learned a little bit about the UK schooling system, but don't really know like all the ins and outs of it. But this sounds like this is pretty unique based on the fact that I think he said there's only one like it. So
at least at the time of this.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, this was really interesting. Absolutely appreciate things like this. And if you have anything to suggest that's, you know, something like this, educational type stuff, schooling type stuff, please let us know in the comments. But I think that's it for us today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey to discover anything and everything about the UK and Ireland. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.